Hello. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. I'm waiting for more people to join. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Periscope. Hello, Facebook. I don't know if I can see you typing on Facebook, but if you're on Periscope, can you just say hello, hello, hello? If you're on Facebook, I'm unable to see your typing. So if you're typing, can you heart it up for me? Can you heart it up on Periscope for me real quick? Awesome. Heart it up, heart it up. Let me know that you're here. Hello, hello, hello. Awesome. Father God, I come right now in the name of Jesus, God. I thank you for every individual that's jumping on Periscope, every individual that's jumping on Facebook. I bless you, oh God, as I come to you and I share my story and I share what you've given me, God. I pray right now that someone's heart would be changed, someone's mind would be renewed, that someone would be restored, but most of all, that they would be empowered and they're reminded on this scope, on Facebook, on Periscope, that there is power in their pain. So Father, I pray that every word that you give me on tonight, everything that you give me for your people, God, that it would just set captives free, oh God, that you would just release your glory through the land of Facebook and social media and Periscope. Father, I say thank you. I thank you and I honor you in Jesus' name. Hello, Facebook family. Hello, Periscope. So good to see so many of you on here. For those that don't know me, I want to say I'm talking to both Facebook family as well as Periscope. If you don't know me, if you're not familiar with me, some of you are my friends on Facebook, Periscope, some of you are not, and some of you are my friends as well. So my name is Tanya Harton, aka The Game Changer. My goal is to get people from their pain to their purpose, from their purpose to their promise, from their promise to their passion. And the way that I do that is by getting people to say yes to the next. Can you heart it up if you feel me on that? I want to get people to say yes to the next. I'm also the co-pastor of the best church, I believe, in this side of heaven, called the New Destiny Fellowship Church, under the leadership of Bishop Clyde Harton Jr. So I'm also the author of There's Power. Thank you, Periscope, for your hearts. There's power in your pain. Facebook family, I think they've gotten rid of me being able to see you type, but you can see me, you can see others type. So if you're on here, just heart it up. Let me know that you're there and let me know I'm not by myself. Periscope, I need you to do the same thing for me. Let me know that you're hearing me, you're feeling me. So I come to talk about my book. This is what I call my virtue release party, my virtue release party. About my book. I wrote a book a couple of years ago, and it's called There's Power in Your Pain. After this scope, thank you for the hearts, Facebook. After this scope, I'm going to give you more detailed information on where you can go and purchase it. I'm kind of doing something different. What I'm doing here, I'm kind of letting you know what the book is about. If you did not show up on Friday night, I had my first book signing at New Destiny Fellowship Church. And so I signed everybody's book, but I did something a little bit different. We had coffee set up, you know, laid back, all that good stuff, and cocoa and donuts and Danish. So I made it a little bit different, and I also made it to where it was a talk show. So I said, you know what, I want to give those, and I appreciate those. Can you heart it up if you were able to make it to the book release? Oh, thank you. I see you. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I do see some typing. But if you made it to the book release, I dare you to just heart it up if you enjoyed it. Awesome. Thank you, Periscope. If you enjoyed it, heart it up. Let me know that you were there. But most of all, I wanted to do it different for my Facebook family. You know, some may say, you know, I'm trying to sell again. Of course I am. Yes, please get that in your spirit. Yes, but I also want to show you how God gave me this book, and I believe that it's for purpose. You don't have to purchase it. It's totally up to you. But I believe that after this scope, after this Facebook Live, that you would want to purchase this book, because I'm not just saying because I wrote it, but it's a part of what I've been through. And after I give you a couple points and different things that I kind of talk about, so I'm kind of giving you a sneak peek. I want to give, oh my God, amazing job to my marketing team by the name of Candace Harris and also Dendra Butler that have pushed this on Facebook. So some of you have read this, maybe the back of the book. Excuse me. And on the back of the book, it kind of tell you, and the thing that I want to deal with tonight, before I do that, I dare you to heart it up. Let me know you're there. Type on Periscope, I'm ready to hear it. So I'm not going to move until you tell me I'm ready. I see you, Facebook. I dare you to just heart it up and say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I want to know what this book is about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to know what this book is about. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this book is about there's power in your pain when you learn to speak life into it. There's power in your pain when you learn to speak life into it. Why did I want to deal with pain? You know, when you look at pain, one of the things that none of us, especially within the church arena, and one of the things that I say on the back of the book is that, you know, am I saved? Yes, I am. You know, am I a Christian? Yes, I am. But I still deal with pain. I still go through. And I think that's what we do in the body of Christ, is that we try to put a cap, excuse me, on the fact that I'm going through. Awesome. Prophetess Hines, this book has changed your life. Praise God. Thank you. I want to share some stuff with you after we're done. Awesome. So one of the things that I realized while writing this book is that, you know, we as people in the church, and this is not Periscope, please know, Facebook, please know, this is not just for the church. This is also for you, because I understand that, you know, we all go through, I don't care, saved, unsaved, pain does not have a respect of person. Can you heart it up if you believe me in here? Pain does not have a respect of person. Pain does not care who it attacks. And so what I deal with in this book, the main thing that I deal with, one of the things, one of my chapters is facing your pain. Can you type that on the screen? Facing your pain, facing your pain. One of the things that I deal with is facing your pain. When facing your pain, what happens is, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. What happens is when you face your pain, most of the time, you know, we're thinking that, you know, well, this is a simple headache, or this is something that's going on. Thank you, Periscope, for typing in facing your pain. Facing your pain, what happened? Thank you, Facebook. What happens is that we don't want to face our pain, because the number one thing that we don't want to do as people is admit that we have a problem. And one thing that they do in AAA is that they admit, thank you for sharing, that they admit that you have a problem. And one thing we don't want to do in church is admit we have a problem. I heard Paula White say, she said it best, that we cannot confront what we are unwilling to identify. So what I deal with in this book is identifying your pain in the very thing that it is. What we do as people, we deal with stuff, and we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to, you know, I don't want to know my secrets. I don't want people to know, you know, what happened to me back in the day. This is not a book that's a tell-all. Please understand that. I'm not telling all and what happened in my family. That's not what this book is. This book is allowing you to have a microscope on pain and understanding that it's a feeling. It's something, and I'm not talking about a feeling of it feels unwanted. You feel as if you don't fit in. Some of us feel we've lost a loved one. We're sad because we lost a marriage. What happens with pain is that this thing happens unexpectedly. If you lose a job, all of a sudden you're working on a job. And I kind of share with the ladies how I was working on this job, and man, I love my job. I was making good money. And I remember going in there working 8 hours 8 hours working on this job. And I remember my boss telling me, you know, you're going to get it. Girl, you were good. I showed up on time. I left on time. I did everything that I was supposed to do. And guess what happened? At the end of my 8-hour shift, they told me that they no longer needed me. Heart it up if you've ever been there. Things that happen in your life that's unexpected. I had a loved one that passed, or someone that died in my family. We were around each other. See, one thing about death is that everybody's death is totally different. I come to tell you that everybody's death is totally different. Just because my mama may have passed away, which my mom did. This is just an example. Mama, I love you, by the way, if you're watching. But this is just an example that if my mom passed away and your mom passed away, I'm not around my mom 24/7, 7 days a week. I may talk to my mom once or twice a week, but you may talk to your mom 2-3 times a day, and you have a different relationship. So that's a pain that's totally different than anybody else. But one thing about it, that if we both lose our mother, we still experience pain. Can you type that on the screen real quick? I still experience pain. There's still emptiness. There's still a hole there. There's still some things that happens right there in my life. How about women? Come here real quick. Women, what happens is, as women, we allow different men to temper on our heart. I'm sorry, man, if you join this, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to your role. Oh, Lord, I act like I'm in church. Y'all pray for me. But I might come to you in just 1 second in your home real quick. But for women, what happens is, someone say, I still experience pain. What happens is with us, we allow different men to temper on our heart. I kind of shared with the ladies when I had a class a while back, was that how I allowed this guy to take me to work. And one thing about me, when I say that I'm a game changer, I want to help all those that are on Facebook, those of you that are on Periscope that are watching me. When I say the game changer, some may ask the question, what you mean a game changer? One thing about being a game changer is that I don't mind being relevant. I don't mind being transparent. I don't mind being truthful with you, because one thing about pain is that you got to be real about what you're going through. And that's the type of woman that I am. I got to be totally real with you about what I go through, because if I'm not relevant and if I'm not real with you and telling you that I was a hot mess, then you may think, let's just not say was, because sometimes we get caught up in that in church, how we was, and not talking about what we did 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, but I'm telling you that I'm a game changer, because I want to be able to change the game about your pain. Thank you for hardening it up, Periscope. Let me know that you're there. Thank you, Facebook, for hardening it up. Let me know that you're there. That I want to change the game about the way that you look at your pain. So what happens is, as women, I allowed a guy to go and leave me at work, and he drive my car. Joker ain't paying no bills. Hello. Ain't paying no bill on my car. And it wasn't Bishop, for those of you that, you know, whatever. It wasn't my husband, but it was somebody else that I allowed to do this. And he came and drove my car and I left me at work all day. Like I went from work to work 1 to 9. And some may say, oh, that's stupid. Please don't act like you ain't never had a stupid moment. Can you type that on the screen real quick? I done had them. That's all you have to say. I done had it. I done had it. That's been me. I've experienced that. And so one thing about this is that I realized, thank you for the super hearts. I realized that this guy I allowed to come and leave me at work from 1 to 9, drive my car all day. And then all of a sudden, this joker decides to pick me up at 11:30, 12 p.m. For those of you that know me, lies, all lies, okay? So I allowed that to happen. And so I would never forget getting in my marriage with my husband. And when I got into my marriage with my husband, and he said, babe, I'm going to go. And this was the first year of our marriage. And he was like, I'm going to go and drop you off at work. And when I drop you off at work, I'm going to come back and pick you up. Can I tell you that that same pain that I experienced from that guy that left me there, that guy that did the same thing to me before I got married, that I end up blowing up on my husband because I'm like, no, you're not going to leave me here at this job. See, that's what happens with pain, is that if we don't face the pain, if we don't deal with our pain, what happens is that it comes up and we blow up out of nowhere. So please know, when that person is blowing up around you, they're not just blowing up just because. They're blowing up because there's some things that can happen in their life that triggers that pain. If you believe me, can you put on the screen what I you, Lady Harden. I understand what you're talking about. That's what I deal with in my book. For those that don't know me, I'm very passionate. So please, I'm loud and I move with my hands. So don't worry about me. I promise you, I'm still good. I want to be able to give you this with passion so that you can understand that there is, with your pain, man, it comes with passion. I've been here before. I've done this before. I've experienced this, and God allowed me to write a book about it. Hello. So I turned my pain into purpose. Okay. Another thing that I talk about in my book is that when we don't identify our pain and when we don't deal with it, what happens is, you guys, is that we end up isolating ourselves. We end up isolating ourselves. And when you isolate yourself, then you start separating yourself from people. After you've isolated yourself, then you go into what we call depression. And I deal with that in the book because I was there. For those that don't know my story, some see the cane that's on the book. 3 years ago, some things happened to me, and I talk about it a little bit. So you got to purchase the book. I talk about it a little bit, how I was in a place in my life where what was normal, and when I mean normal, I mean I was walking one day and all of a sudden I couldn't walk anymore because of kidney issues and issues with medication that I was taking, and the side effects of the medication put me on this cane that you see in this book. I was swollen in my face. Life that I knew was no longer the same. I in my brain or in my head, I wanted to walk, but I couldn't walk. I wanted to do things for myself, but I couldn't. And I couldn't understand that. And I kind of deal with that in this book. And I had to identify what was going on with me. And I had to realize that either I'm going to stop and become stuck and become complacent, or I'm going to keep moving regardless of what my situation looked like. And that's what I'm dealing with in this book. I'm also dealing with, it had to happen. Can I tell you that your pain had to happen? Can you heart it up? If you're there, let me know you're still there. Heart it up or type something in the screen. Hey, my pain had to happen. It had to happen. Things that I went through had to happen. Can I tell you, the very pain that you experienced, if it was molestation, oh, sorry. People don't want to hear that. If it was molestation, if it was you having that divorce, if it was your mother not treating you, your parents not treating you the way that they were supposed to treat you, or they mistreat. I told people, and I did write some things in there in my book, some stuff that happened in my childhood, but it was all for my good. It wasn't molestation. It wasn't nothing like that. But it was the stuff that I went through that allowed me to be able to look at my pain now and understand that people that talked about me and dogged me out. Can I tell you this? Let me pause part right here and tell you that. How about your pain is connected to the very thing that you're going to walk in purpose with? Come here real quick. Your pain is the very thing that you're connected to, that you're going to have. The very thing that gave me pain, which was women. Oh, glory. I'm sorry. That's my preaching moment. For those that don't know church, I'm sorry. That's a preaching moment. Women cause me pain. So all during school, I decided not to chill with girls. I didn't do women. I told my husband when we first started the church and became a pastor's wife, I said, man, I don't like women like that. But can I tell you, the very thing that hurts you, the very thing that causes you pain, the very thing that comes against you, Periscope, the very thing, that's the very thing that God has assigned to you. And I deal with that in the book. That this is your assignment. You are assigned for this. All the stuff that you've been through, it had to happen. Can you type on the screen? It had to happen. Everything you've been through had to happen. It wasn't by chance, because God knew you could handle it. God knew that you could put up with that. And I deal with that in my book. I deal with, and I give you basic principles on how to come up out of that thing. I deal with that in the book, how you got to understand that it's not them. And most of us in the church know that, it's the spirit within. But how about forget all that? It's not them, but I got to find out why God, because the thing with Job, come here, let me teach you something real quick. The thing with Job was that God said that Job, that he gave the enemy permission to go to Job. We all know that. But the question is God, why did you give him permission to come after me? And I even speak of that in my book. I was mad at God, and people don't want to talk about that. I was upset with God, pastor wife and all, going to the church, living a life of repetitiveness, repeating. And I was going to church, raising my hands, really don't want to be there because I've got pain that's on the inside of me that's eating me up. I deal with that in this book, man, because we got to get to a place as people of God, to get to a place to where we can go in church and we can just walk in church and say, God, for you I live and for you I die. God, because you went to Job, I knew that you went to Job because you knew I could handle this. You knew I could go through this. So I deal with that. I deal with that. I deal with that in the book. I deal with that. I deal with how it had to happen. I deal with how your past pain had to happen. Can you type on the screen, past? Past, come on, Periscope. Past, my past pain had to happen. Excuse me. My past pain had to happen. But how about my present pain, the very thing that I'm going through right now? It got to happen. It hurts. Yes, it does. It don't feel good. Come here, First Lady. They talking about you. It's okay. Keep your mouth closed and watch God work. Don't say nothing. Watch God move on your... I teach you that. I talk about that in this book. Oh, you got to get the book. I talk about it. I talk about it. Thank you, Periscope. I talk about it. I talk about it. Not only your present pain, I also deal with your future pain. Because can I tell you that your pain ain't going to never stop? You wasn't ready. Your pain ain't going to never stop. It's not going to stop. I'm sorry. Because see, one thing about pain is that it allows you to grow. It stretches you. It pulls you to a point to where, and you looking at a woman right here where, baby, if you only knew. Look, I always tell people all the time, I'm a different kind of first lady. I tell my husband all the time, I ain't no punk. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know, the Lord's still working on me. So I get it. I got stuff right now that I need God to do, to shed away so that I can be who he called me to be in this season. Come on, forget this season. I need to be who he called me to be for my future so that I can grow in him. So God is going to stretch you, man, woman of God, teenager, whoever. He's stretching you. Don't take your pain by chance. Learn to embrace where you are right now. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. Go ahead, swallow it. Yeah, go on and swallow that. That's a hard pill to swallow. What you mean? I got to go. Yeah, you got to go through this one. Some things you can't get out of. I'm sorry. You can't get out of this one. I remember walking around with that cane and I kept telling the Lord, oh my God, like God, but you call me to preach, but you want to do this in this moment. And I deal with how my husband and I lost everything when we were pastors. I ain't talking about somebody like, God, you called me to pastor the church doing good. So I'm trying to, in this book, I believe that God has given me the ability to hit every area. From the people that's in the pew, from the people from the pulpit to the pew. That's what he got me dealing with, all of that, because I've been in both places, and I get it. I totally get it. No woman of God, no man of God, you can't do nothing about it. You got to go through it. I teach you in this book, and I'm really giving y'all too much. I am Jesus, but that's okay. I told you I'm passionate about it. I talk about this in the book and how I was going through, and when I was going through, I was on this cane, and the doctors, I kept going to the doctors, and they was like, we can't do anything. Miss Harden, if you stop taking the pills, if you stop taking the medicine, what's going to happen? You're going to fall into a coma. So you got to take this medicine. Can I tell you, this went on for 6-7 months that I had to take this medicine, and I had to be weaned off the medicine before I could just stop taking it. And God told me during that process, because can I tell you that God needed to sit me down for a minute so that I could, can I tell you, oh, come here, part right there, wait. Sometimes your pain has to sit you down for a minute because maybe you're moving too much. Hello. Can somebody hold that up if you feel, maybe you're moving too much, maybe you're doing too much, maybe it's time for you to sit down so that you can hear God. God is trying to tell you something in this season, but he can't tell you nothing because you got too much chaos and too much chatter. I deal with that, how we've got so much chatter chatter going on and so much stuff happening. Thank you, Carla Arcanen. If you ever watched it or if you replay this, I love you to death. You bless my soul. I love you. I love you. I love you. But we got so much chatter that's going on. And what do I mean chatter? Is that we find ourselves listening to people and allowing people to push us from God, allowing people the chatter that they're saying about us and how they're talking about can I tell you that people are fickle, that they're up and down? Baby, please, you can't get to a point and I teach you that in the book. I told you I can't give you too much. I teach you that in the book, not allowing yourself to get interrupted by the chatter of the people and people talking about you, people saying these things about you. Can I tell you that this may be the season that you're going through pain because God said, I need to connect you with me like no other? Come here. I need to do something. So during that time, God had to literally get me to a point to where you're going to sit back and you're going to listen to me, whether you like it or not. So you might as well embrace where you are. And can you type on the screen, embrace? You might as well embrace where you are. What do I mean? Okay, Lady Harden, what you mean? What you talking about? What you talking about? Embrace where I am. I don't want to be here. None of us want to be here. But you got to go through in order to grow. So God told me this. I need you to trust the process. And I talk about this, some of you, if you've heard me preach before, you've heard me talk about this. You got to trust the process. We quick to trust a perm. Women go out and get their hair done. We quick to trust that. We quick to trust the fact that tires, if we go out and we buy a brand new car and you walk out there and them tires going to turn, you're going to jump in the car, sit in the seat and expect everything to happen. But when it comes to God, we can't trust the process. I talk about it in my book. I deal with it in my book. Okay, I don't want to give you too much. About 10 more minutes and I'm done. I also talk about changing your focus. Changing your focus. Can you type that on the screen? Periscope, type that on the screen. So glad y'all are here. God bless you. Type it on the screen. Change your focus. Change your focus. Change your focus. Change your focus. Cynthia Patterson. Oh, by the way, me and her were on the same page. It had to happen. She has an amazing book. You got to go read it. Kudos to you. It had to happen. I did a conference a couple of weeks back in Connection Anything. Anyway, go purchase her book. Awesome book. All right. Change your focus. You got to change your focus. Quitting is not an option. Quitting is not. I found out during that time with me trusting the process that I had to understand that quitting is not an option. That I couldn't quit during that process because I told my husband if I would have quit, I was still going to work on the cane. I was still doing my wifely duties. I was still being a mother. I was still being a co-pastor of a church. I did everything I could not to miss church. I made sure I was there. And I deal with the fact that as church, don't nobody want to go to church because it rained. Don't nobody want, and I ain't just saying this because I'm a pastor. I served faithfully at the City CRM, aka City Cathedral. I get to serve. I get an opportunity. So we have to get to a point to where we don't quit during our pain. And I talk about that. I couldn't quit. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what God was doing, but I couldn't quit. Why couldn't I quit? Because I needed a word from God that was going to change my life, Periscope. I needed a word. I didn't need the chatter from everybody else. I needed to sit at the feet of my husband, which is my bishop, my pastor. I had to sit at his feet. And I needed to get word because everything he was preaching in that season was filling me up every Sunday, every Wednesday. I couldn't wait till Sunday because I needed Wednesday. God had to show me during that process that I had to get you out of this routine of you just walking in the church as if I need you to come to church. Come here. I told you I was a pastor wife, didn't I? Doing this. Yes, I was. Game changer. I don't mind telling my story. Being real with you. Didn't want to be there, was tired of everything, and then tired of folks looking at me. First lady, you okay? I love my members. God bless y'all. They were so sweet and so nice. And in my head, I'm just like, please get out of my face. I'm not with this right now. I am hurting. I'm going through pain. And I don't understand this when I thought I was God's favorite. Can you type that on the screen? Favorite. I thought I was God's favorite. I had never been through nothing. You go through little stuff, but I ain't never really, I didn't really go through too much because I was God's favorite. He always gave me stuff. And then when it turns around, and that's when I started getting mad at God and angry with God, because you sending me through this as soon as we start pastoring? What? Really? But I'm preaching your word. What? And not only that, can I help those preachers or elders or pastors or whoever out there, is that even God was revealing me to people. I had to go and preach at conferences where I had to pour into people, and he would show me their lives, and I would prophesy over their lives, and I would do all these things, and I would leave them broken because the doctors told me that I had lupus and I had cancer. But God, you still using me. Why? Why are you doing this? I talk about it in the book. I talk about it. I deal with that. And I talk about how at the end of the day, God is sovereign. You got to read it. Somebody said favorite. You got to read it. You got to read it. God is sovereign. God do what he want to do. He do what he want to do, how he want to do it. And what I had to realize is that I was reminded, and I talk about it in the book, I was reminded of the scripture where God said, I chastise those that I love. Come here, pain. How about God maybe chastising you because he loves you? Maybe you're going through pain because he loves you and he sees the end. That's why I had to do the conference, you guys. In the end, I win. Thank you, Dr. C. Connie Stewart. In the end, I win. Yes, she came and preached that like no other. God had to remind me that everything you're going through, in the end, you win. So this is my last point and I'm done. I hope you're enjoying this right now. This is my last point. I talk about, and at the end of my book, I have 8 chapters. Can you put on the screen, if you let me know you're there, the number 8? Just type on the screen the number 8, 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 the number. I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna move. This is my last one. I want you to type it on the screen. The number 8, the number 8. Type it, type it, type it. Let me know you're there. The number 8, the number 8. What do you mean the number 8? The number 8, the number 8. I can't see y'all Periscope, so I'm gonna just look for, Facebook. Y'all, I'm doing 2 things at once, so pray for me. Awesome. The number 8. Thank you, Periscope. I can't see Facebook's, but how about the number 8? I started writing a book and I stopped writing it, and I thought it was supposed to be 7 chapters, and the number 7 means completion, right? The number 7 means completion, and so I thought that was it. And God told me, no, I need you to write 8. And one thing about me in ministry, and those that know me, I do a conference every year in the month of August. And when I do this conference in the month of August, I realized during that time that the number 8 means new beginning. The number 8 means new beginning. And that's the last chapter of my book. I deal with the new beginning. And one of the statements that I make in that chapter, thank you so much. One of the statements that I make in the chapter is that today started with me in mind. Can I say, wait, I want to make sure I say it right. The number 8 says, you have a fresh start because today did not start without you. You have a fresh start because today did not start without you. Can I come and leave you with this? Is that, why is there power in your pain? Because you got another opportunity, man. You got another chance to live again. I don't care if you saved, unsaved, whatever. The thing is no matter what, you got to realize that if I have another chance, I got another day, I got to realize that I got to make my dreams a reality. Can I park right there? I got to make my dreams a reality. I can't sit back and allow my pain. Let me say it one more time. I got to make my dreams a reality. If you believe me, heart it up. I got to make what do you mean? What do you mean telling you make your dreams a reality? What you talking about? What do you mean? I got to make my dream a reality. Yes, I'm from Texas. God bless you. But I got to make my dreams a reality. Because I got to realize that I got another chance to start over again. If I open my eyes today, regardless if I'm in pain, if I'm in a situation where I don't have my, the things that I'm used to having, if I can't walk, if I can't talk, if I can't do these things. Can I tell you, I'm a singer. During my sickness, that my medicine was taking my voice away. Oh my God. I was like, God, if you give me another chance to sing, oh Lord, I'd do it. How about every day that I woke up, I would get up and I'll start singing, I need thee, oh, I need thee. Sometimes you got to go back and reach back and grab them old school songs. Yeah, real. And the more and more I did it, the stronger my voice got, because I started believing that I could do this again. Can I come and leave you with this? And I'm almost done. 5 minutes. I have you off the phone, 8:40. How about I started believing in me again. I started believing that I could do this again. I started believing, God, you give me another opportunity. I started saying, God, I'm going to make my dreams a reality. And how am I going to make my dreams a reality? I'm going to identify what I want to do. What is it that I want to do in this season? I know some may ask, well, you know, Tanya says she's a coach. What is that? Baby, I'm trying to make my dreams a reality. What I'm doing to you right now and pouring into you right now and telling you about my book is what I love to do. I had to get off that job. Come here. Let me help you. I had to get off that job. You know why? Because during my lunch break, during my breaks, I was in my car writing down vision, showing God what I wanted to do, telling God what I wanted next. Can I tell you there's a next for you, man? There's a next for you, and you gotta believe in you. You gotta believe that you can do it. You gotta believe that I got a new beginning. I got a fresh start. I can start this thing over again. I'm not gonna die in this. I'm not gonna give up in this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I'm just a preacher. I can't help it. But I want to tell you, you're looking at a girl. Oh, I'm not gonna cry on this call with all y'all on Jesus. You're looking at a girl that told my husband, babe, you can go find another woman because I'm going to die like this. God going to take me. I know I am. Because I allowed my pain to eat away at me like cancer. But you seeing a girl today that's saying, what was I thinking? What was I thinking in that moment? So I come to tell you, what are you thinking? You're bigger than that. You're better than that. And you learn that through this book. This is a book of purpose, because my goal is to produce, for you to look at pain so that you can produce purpose, so that you can birth out purpose. You can birth out purpose. I want to show you how that there is power in your pain, man. Your power, your pain produces purpose, which equals power. Can you type that on the screen? Your pain produces purpose, which equals power. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere. Bishop Harden, if you're on here, that might be a sermon. Your pain produces purpose, which equals power. Man, there's power in your pain. All the hell you've been through, all the stuff you've been through. I ain't cuss. Come here, get your soul right. But all the stuff you've been through, because guess what? It feels like hell. You ain't literally in hell, but it feels like it. It feels like there's no way out. I used to tell people all the time, they would ask me, how are you feeling? You know, you got that cane. How are you feeling in this moment? Man, I would tell them all the time, dude, I feel like I'm in a tunnel and it's black and I don't see no light at the end of this tunnel. Well, this book will help you get there, to get to the end of that tunnel. So with that said, thank you for joining my virtual book release party. Woo, woo. Thank you for joining it. But most of all, I want to encourage you to go get this book. If you've already purchased the book, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Heart it up if you've already purchased my book. If you're already reading it, if it's already changing your life, I dare you to heart it up, let me know. I want you to go on. The book is now not just available on paperback, but it's also available on Amazon. You can look up my name, Tanya Harden, and I'll also put it in this thing and let you guys know. But you can go on Amazon, look up Tanya Harden. There's Power in Your Pain. You can purchase the ebook. It's $6.99. You can purchase it if you want to read it on ebook. But you can also purchase the paperback on our website at www.ndfcworldchangers.org. Or you can purchase it on our app, our church app. We have an actual church app that you can download on your phone. Real easy. Download on your phone. It's NDFC eChurch. NDFC eChurch. Go purchase your book. If you've already purchased it, and those that have purchased it and you're waiting, your book is going out ASAP today. We're sending it. You should be getting your books between the end of this week or next week, you're going to have your books. I promise you. They're here, so you will have your books. But if you purchase it and you read it, for those of you that have read my book, I need your help. This is what I need from you. If you've already read my book, this is what I need for you. I need for your reviews. I want this to be the bestseller, man. Why? I don't know. I just want it to be. I don't know. Ask me why. But I want it to be. Who wouldn't? Wouldn't you want your book to be a bestseller? So I want you to go on Amazon and put your reviews. I'm not going to read them right now. I share with you guys on another scope how I know, you're going to have critics out there. Right now, I just want to live in the moment, live in the moment that I wrote a book. I don't want to go and read nobody telling me, that was a horrible book, which I know that, whatever. So go and put your reviews. I want to read them later. So make sure you go put your reviews on Amazon after you read your book and help me to make this book the bestseller, okay? Again, I thank you guys so much for joining. If you're watching the replay of this, my name is Tanya Harton, aka The Game Changer. My goal is to get you from your pain to your passion, from your passion to your promise, from your promise to your purpose. And the way I do that is by getting you to say yes to your next, because there is something next for you. There is something in line for you. And I want you to be able to get your pain and just size it up and be able to walk in your divine purpose that God has for you. So thank you again, everybody that joined. And so many of y'all, God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. And thank you if you purchase my book, if you're thinking about purchasing my book, thank you. If you're going to purchase it later, thank you. And I pray after this virtual book release, I'm going to leave this up for a couple of days for you to look at the replay or whatever. But after you purchase this book, I pray that after you've had the virtual book release party with me tonight, trying something new, I pray that you were encouraged. I pray that you were empowered. But most of all, I pray that you go get my book. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you for joining. I pray you have a great, great night and be blessed in everything that you do. Remember, there is power in your pain when you learn to speak life into it. God bless you.